Talk to you about the product offer funnel value ladder breakthrough. That's right. I use that word, breakthrough. You say, Marlon, come on, man. I got YouTube videos. I got this or that. How can this be a breakthrough? Well, stick with me for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll do my best to explain that to you. Good morning to you. Marlon Sanders here. Shout out if you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook page, Facebook group, Facebook profile. How are you this morning? This really is a breakthrough, and I'm going to tell you why. So, Russell Brunson has an elite level, and I was going through called Diamond. I was going through some of that stuff, but one of the things he has in his gold, he has it's called his, what does he call it? It's behind the scenes, yeah. And so it's his behind the scenes newsletter. You get it with your Dan Kennedy subscription, right? It's $97 a month if you're interested. In this behind the scenes newsletter, I was talking about person who can spend the most money wins. That's a favorite Dan Kennedy saying. The person who can spend the most money wins. You know, there's truth in it. In that, like if you have affiliates, if you can pay more to get your affiliates to promote, like Michael Cheney's doing 300% commissions right now, you get more people to promote you. It just makes sense, right? If you have if you buy ads, you can, if your customers are worth more money, you can spend more to buy ads than other people can spend. But it's like all the great things in marketing pretty much are simple. I mean, they can be work and a challenge to execute, and sometimes execution can be complex, but the idea itself is simple, right? And I mean, I read Russell's books and everything, but I really didn't see the vision of what he was saying until I read this newsletter. And here's what he was saying is that you start out with a product or service. That's step one, product or service. Now, product or service is great. Most people don't get beyond being able to create a product or service. So you get over that hump, or you learn promote as an affiliate, but you got to make that transition from being an affiliate to creating your own product or service. Now, what happens is that competition comes in and you have a doohickey, and pretty soon, if it's selling great, 10 other people are selling doohickeys. And you're like, this isn't right. This was my idea. This software, this product, this was my idea. Now you got 10 other people selling your doohickey, and you're like, this is not right. So that's where step two comes in. Step two is the offer. In step one, the problem is your product or service becomes commoditized. So enter step two, the offer. The offer is all the things you bundle into it so that what other people are selling ain't what you're selling. Because yours has this stack of value, this bundle, and the other people aren't selling your bundle, right? So that's how you decommoditize, right? That's a very important bridge between product or service over to offer. A lot of people haven't made that bridge. They got a product or service, but they never make that bridge over to offer, right? Now, the next step is an interesting one because we all know ClickFunnels that Russell designed it so you could build funnels, right? But do you really understand the purpose of a funnel? Do you know why you have a funnel? What's the purpose of it? Well, the purpose of the funnel originally was you had not just the initial offer they would buy, but a couple upsells, right? And it allowed you to spend a lot more to acquire a customer. So again, the person who can spend the most money to get a customer wins. That was the original purpose of the funnel. It allowed you to outspend competitors. But now here's what's interesting is if you've not taken the step to go from product or service to offer, that's your next step. That's the next thing you need to do in your business. If you don't have a product or service, then you need I would think producepromote.com. You need that because that helps you get the product or service, but an offer. So then step number 2 is you turn your product or service into an offer, right? Step 3, though, is then you go from offer to the funnel. So they buy not just your initial offer, you have upsells so that they're buying more things, which then allows you to spend more than other people to buy ads. That's how it was really designed. The problem is now everybody owns ClickFunnels or some other funnel software. Again, the idea of funnel now is commoditized. So you have other people out there with funnel building software than ClickFunnels. So, but in any event, you have a funnel which, until all your competitors are doing it, allows you to spend more to buy a customer or to pay more affiliate commissions than other people to be more profitable, etc. But here's what's interesting. The whole other people now are starting to get funnels. Most people now running ads, they have funnels. Everybody has funnels now, right? And so it's really not an advantage anymore. It's like the cost of entering the game, but it's really not an advantage anymore. And so the next step, really beyond that, it goes from product to service to offer to funnel. Again, if you have an offer but you don't have a funnel, your next step is to build the funnel out, right? Then the next step beyond the funnel is the value ladder. The value ladder is basically ascending funnels that are, I mean, you could do it like, I like to conceive things as a conveyor belt or escalator, right? It's the next offer. The offer doesn't have to ascend in value. If people buy 10 $300 offers, that's same selling a $3,000 offer. But traditionally what works better is to ascend the customers, because a certain percentage of your customers will spend more money for more value. So you have what's called a value ladder, which is, okay, after they buy this funnel, what happens? Where do they go? Where do they go? So it makes sense to have a sequence of steps, preferably increasing in value and price, that those people go through. And again, the whole purpose of that is for the people that have a funnel and they're getting affiliates to promote or they're buying ads, but they don't have a value ladder, and you have a value ladder, you have more things that you sell that increase in price, you can spend more to get those customers or pay more to affiliates or do more promotion, use more channels to get customers, meaning you're not just on Facebook or YouTube, you're on Pinterest, you're doing content marketing, you're doing all of these other things. So this is an interesting thing. It sounds really stupid because, like I said, all the great things in marketing are stupid. Sometimes they're so stupid simple that you don't get them. That's usually me. I'm like I can be kind of dense sometimes. It takes me a while to learn. It took me like 10 years to learn to write a sales letter. Of course, back then we didn't have information like you have now. But my point is, I really didn't understand or see real clearly that connection between the product, the offer, the funnel, and then the value ladder. See, each step of the value ladder has its own funnel. That's what I didn't really see, I think, was that for each step on your value ladder, that's a separate funnel, right? You're going to build out a separate funnel for each step of your value ladder. Now, if you have software or whatever that makes building a funnel really hard, you can see how that puts you at a big disadvantage, or it makes it slow or arduous or whatever. You can see that how that puts you at a disadvantage. And that was Russell's vision originally with ClickFunnels. It's grown beyond that, but that was kind of like the original vision, right? Good morning to you. Give me a shout out in chat if you're on. Let me know you're watching today. Let me see if I got comments on here. We got someone is on live, but I can't see your name there. Let me go over to our group and see who's on today. If you're on YouTube, I can't see your comments. You can pop over to facebook.com/ group/Marlon Sanders, and I can see your comments. But I do go over to YouTube and read the comments, just, so you know. Let me pop into the group here. I'm looking at my other computer screen, so bear with me a second. We'll see who's in the group today. Who's rocking and rolling this morning. See if you have any questions about this, or did you get any insight from this? If you did, type it in chat. If you got any insight from this. All right. Oh, hey, Rick, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Rick, did you get any insight from this? Like, hey, Ada, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Ada has a question mark. I'm not sure what that means, but good morning. Good question mark to you. Good morning. All right. Yeah, if you have a question, you can type it in chat. But this is now I understand this is an advanced concept. If you're a beginner, you're over here, Marlon, I don't have a product or service. Well, get a product or service. That's producepromote.com. That's what I teach there in depth, right? But if you have a product or service, but now you got a lot of competitors and everybody's kind of like the same. I'm not the only one that has whatever. Then you need an offer so it decommoditizes you and makes your offer unique, which allows you, by the way, the point of that is so you can charge more money for it. It's not just so that you can be unique. You don't get really bonus points for being unique in your business. Like the banker does it. The bank doesn't care if you're unique or not. They care about the money you deposit. The real point of having the offer is then you can charge more money. Again, Russell quotes Dan Kennedy on that point, which simply says there's no strategic advantage to being like the second, most expensive in the market. Like the advantage goes to the person who's the highest price. So he's like, if you create an offer, then you can be the premium price in that product category or market, which is actually a heck of an insight also. It's a very interesting insight, right? So this is how this whole thing fits together. If you haven't seen it or you didn't understand it, maybe this will be a big insight for you, right? Because you can see what your next step is in building your business. If you don't have a product or service, that's your next step. If you have a product or service, but you're not charging the most in your category for it, then your next step can be building out a better offer that allows you to be the person with the premium price. Because when you charge more than the other people, you have more money for marketing, you have more money to work with, you have more money to play with, right? Then if you have an offer, the next step then is the funnel, right? Adding additional products for the upsells and downsells. If you have that, then your next step is to have a funnel for each step of your value ladder. To me, this is a huge insight. Now, I understand some of you, like you're not familiar with the term value ladder or funnel or offer, and hopefully I'm not talking, another language to you. I'll just define them very quickly. So we know what a product or service is. The offer means that you have the product or service, but you get other things with it. So you're not, for example, you wouldn't just be buying a battery. That's a product or service. The offer would be you get the battery, plus you get the battery charger, plus you get, I don't even know what else you would sell with a battery. You get a lifetime replacement guarantee, maybe. There's other things that you get with the battery. Like the first one that comes to my mind is a charger, and that becomes your offer. So you're not just selling a battery like everyone else. You have other things that come with it that increase the value of it, right? Then the funnel is you buy the one battery, and then it's like, how would you like to get 6 more batteries for 30% off, 40% off. Then the next offer is, we'll ship you, a battery every month for half the price, or something, right? So, hey, Chris, how are you doing? We've been talking about the connection between the product, the offer, the funnel, and the value ladder, and how you know what your next step is. So you go from product. If you don't have product or service, again, that's where you start. If you have a product or service, but you haven't developed it into a premium price product in your marketplace because of your offer, that's the next step. And it gives you more money to work with than other players have to work with, because now you're charging more money and you have more money to work with. Once you have your offer, then you build the funnel, which again, if you're competing as somebody that doesn't have a funnel, the funnel means that you buy the battery, then the next thing after that is, oh, would you like to buy, again, 6 batteries for 30% off? Then after they buy that, it's like, would you like our battery of the month, which, is half price, and you get, I don't know, maybe something else with the battery of the month, right? And you get 30% off on all toys, and you get some other stuff, right? Well, then that's your funnel, right? And then your next thing is the value ladder. So it's like and I'm trying to make this up off the top of my head. It's a little challenging to do with something like a battery, but you can do it, right? The value ladder is, okay, you bought a battery and you have a charger. What's the next thing that you need after you bought the battery? The next thing you need after you buy the battery is you need stuff to use the battery in. So you have a shopping service, a discount shopping service offered to you, or discount toys, right? That might be step number 2 of the value ladder. And you could have a whole little funnel on that. Then step after they buy the shopping service, the next thing after that is, now that you have the shopping service, how would you like to make money at just doing a little party at home, showing other people, having a little party for your friends, showing other people the products in our shopping service, right? I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. But that's the difference between the product, the offer, the funnel, and the value ladder, right? And that's why it's important to you what it does for you. So if you got an insight from this, type it in, let me know. If you watch this live, let me know. If you watch on replay, let me know. If you watch it to the bitter end, let me know. Thank you for watching this morning. I will be back tomorrow. We do these every morning from 8:30 to 9, somewhere in there, Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to promote this and make money, you can go to resellertoolkit.com, become one of our affiliates, promote our live streams, and make money doing it. And that's it. Thank you for watching today. Appreciate you. If you got any questions or anything you want me to do a live stream on, let me know.